Hello guys, and welcome back to my Thrones of Britannia series, and me playing as Seaxe or Wessex. And pretty much of what I want to get straight into way is just to apologise for the massive gap, as you may have noticed if you've watched out the last few episodes, or you have checked them out. If you haven't, I do recommend that you do. But pretty much I've taken control of most of Wales now, apart from a few regions. But one thing that kind of happened while wanting to do a session was I was recording a session, and this is the bit that obviously I had recorded, but you've not seen. The voice audio had not recorded at all, which kind of basically ruined the entire session. But it's not something I realised until after I recorded it all, and pretty much came to realise it when I came to edit. It was like, oh, there's no audio. And yeah, so you've missed quite a bit. There were a couple of battles that had gone off against the Welsh, and as you can see, I've moved up and taken most of Central Wales and Northern Wales. But I do want to actually show you a couple of battles. So I did have the recording was fine itself in terms of the gameplay footage and the gameplay audio. It's just my voice audio, which was kind of completely not existent. But I will want to show you that now, so just to check that out. There was a really cool battle that I got into, which basically meant defending a bridge area again. I think it was around here. Again, I set up defensive, and I had another Gwynedd army come down and attack me, and I really want to show that, and I'll put probably some dramatic music in with it as well, just to more show, because again, I think that adds to the kind of thrill and exhilarant of it all. And there were a couple of battles in the mix of it all. So once we dealt with that battle, we had a few more battles. I've taken a couple of settlements. I had an army obviously that landed down here near Ned. It had taken Ned and it had taken these settlements, and we've done a few sieges. And we've marched up north. We had to watch out for a couple of issues that had come around with winter, as usually with getting attrition and stuff like that. I did send an army around the coast to come and take these settlements, and then also Northumbria, which is the faction from basically northern England, had also declared war on Gwynedd, and pretty much what they did is take these two settlements, which is a bit annoying, and it's frustrated me a little bit, simply because the fact of the matter is that I pretty much means I'm going to have to take that off them anyway in the future. That's why it's kind of really wound me up, because it means I'm going to have to take these settlements back off them when I finally do declare war. But the idea is next, once I finish off Gwynedd, is to focus on the middle of England. As you can see, there's quite a lot of regions here that I could do under my control. And I just need to obviously keep an eye out to make sure which factions. We've also had, I think it's Gwent, which is down from here, which have also moved up and taken quite a few settlements as well. But I'm fine with them doing that. My main concern is of the middle of England, which I think is a requirement to make the Kingdom of England at some point, and also Northumbria, which won't like me when I start to encroach on their territory. So I will have to deal with them. And also we had a Viking incursion, or the Nords incursion, so I'll say, on the south coast, or south east coast, as you'll more or less point out here. And I'm raising up an army to help out my allies, because they've actually got crushed quite significantly. And the thing is, I can't see what kind of army they've got. I know sometimes when Nords and Vikings come in, their armies are quite strong, and they do have some experience as well, because all they do is go around and pillage stuff. So I do have to keep that in mind. But overall, yeah, it's been kind of cool. And thank you very much for the comments that people have been leaving on these episodes, especially the ones earlier on in the series. I had one off from Yubnub Gaming. He's basically been showing his support, and thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it, as I always say, and I do take the time to spend reading comments. And yeah, he's commented on some of the early videos in the series, so he's commented on the first one, the second one, and the third one, and he's going through apparently and watching my videos. So again, thank you very much for that. I'll put his comments up. A couple of them was based just Alpha the Great indeed, subbed and continuing on with the series, and London is ours. So these are from earlier on in the basically series of this game. And I do want to point them out and just say thank you. I do appreciate the support. It gives me the urge and the willpower to keep making more episodes. And, you know, again, at the end of the day, we out your guys' support. We out you people watching my content and leaving comments and liking the videos and stuff like that. You know, a YouTuber is nothing, basically. We out the viewers, a YouTuber is nothing. The YouTuber relies on those people watching the content, giving feedback, saying what they could do better and change. So it is greatly appreciated as always. But anyway, back to the game at hand. So I did have a couple of sieges that I was working on with, as you can see here. And I don't know how close we are to actually taking part in them. We've got another turn to wait here. I mean, I could just attack them, but I want to try and see if I can limit my... the amount of casualties I will sustain if I attack these. And also we're going for Chester, I think it is. And we got another turn, but we do have some support off Northumbria and these guys from Heilborg. So it'd be nice to see what we can do with them. But we're probably going to wait another turn. I've just got a couple of characters to improve on, so his loyalty is getting very low. But although it does decrease his public order a bit. I think we can kind of go for that one. These local region, obviously its public order is quite low, but it will drop off after time, so it looks like -3 due to occupation. Jeez, gotta get it out there. I can't even speak. But it will help in the long term as we start improving some of these settlements. And I do have a bit of dosh to spend, but I'm going to wait and see how it goes. So let's jump into the next turn, and then we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Alright, a settlement sacked, but then luckily we had some guys from Gwent who've come on and trashed them. It's the other thing that sometimes that does wind me up is the one unit armies that move around and just take settlements, because you can do that. It doesn't mean you can hold them, but it just means you could go around and send them into someone's region if you wanted to and start taking settlement after settlement after settlement if you've got nothing to counter them. Okay, so with this one, I'm basically just going to auto-resolve it. Now, one of the issues I've got is that I can't actually... go through this guy's settlement. What I can do though is go and trail on the coast. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to also have to repair all these. Let's get them back up to speed. It's kind of surprising they're very happy that I've taken over them, but I think it's because of all the buildings I've got, which increases happiness. And then we do have this down here, but let's increase a couple of generals. So this general has got an increase, which is good. I also have a governor who's... Wow, he's really... This one's not too bad, is he? Don't need food production. Could we do some more zeal? Yeah, go on then. Get some zeal in there. We got another governor. Let's see if we can increase his governance some more. And... Ethelwald. What can we get? So he's got some good loyalty, which is nice. Although I could do with some more zeal. Just to increase that. We still obviously have some public order back in Powers, but luckily now that that's finished, we do have some repairs to finish off though. But I think because the building's been damaged, people are happy, which is a bit interesting. And what's going on down on the south coast here quickly? So this army's moved from their little base, and they've actually sacked this settlement. My army is still trying to train up before I move in, and I've got a decent size, got quite a few male Seaxes. I could probably get some male Thanes just to balance them through. And also I could deal with some cavalry as well. So I'm going to get some... Can I get... Oh, I can't get too fit. This is why I've been trying to save a bit of money up, but I've had to spend it on repairs. We'll get the male Thanes to help bring this up, and then we'll get some horses, not next turn, it'll take a couple of turns with the income we've got, to deal with them at some point, but we do have a battle to jump into. Now, again, I could auto-resolve it quite easily, but I do want to see if I can jump it in. I'm just going to check quite quickly here the map. So, this is actually not too bad. It will probably attack from one of these sides. Hopefully the AI will come in. I'm just trying to think. It doesn't tell you which way the friendly AI is going to come in from. But if we have a look, we'll have one army that comes from the north, and we'll have another one that comes down from the south, so it'll be able to help us out. It looks like we might have a second army that's kind of maybe joined in. And maybe they're a bit too far away. We'll see. Well, I want these guys to come in first, although I think everyone will come in together. We've got our army pretty much set up how I want to attack. So we've got these 2 towers are going to come on the left side. So we've got the main battle ram in the middle, and then 2 more on the right. One of the main armies is coming in from, as you see, the north, which is pretty much. But we do have another army coming in from the south. But one thing you may notice as well is that this settlement is a Roman settlement. It has the stone walls, although it is falling into some kind of disrepair, but I do believe that's from some of the besieging we've done as well. But it's just to keep in mind that these kind of settlements are a lot harder to take control of, but they can still be, you can still get over them, and it's a good thing I've got these medium siege towers now. Let's see what we've got coming in here. So we've got a decent sized reinforcement army. Now I was trying to think, do I want them to take control of the siege towers and me kind of move in? But what I'm probably going to do is that I'm going to have to send these guys in. So I've got, in the middle, I've got the two-handed axemen, and then on the wings I've got my mailed thanes. And they're going to move in and take a couple of these settlements. So we're probably going to want to do this. So we'll send in the fried axemen to take the batter down the gate. Although I probably won't be able to send anybody in straight away. What we got here? So we do have some Welsh swordsmen. So let's start moving in with a couple of these units. So the idea is try and take this wall as easy as we can do. So they're going to move. That's better. Because I am going to be near these towers, which is going to be a bit awkward to deal with, but it means I can kind of jump off and try and take the towers straight away. So they've got a couple of spearmen on top and a couple of javelins, but it looks like they've spread the units out in this settlement where they've kind of defended this the northern border as well, as you can see here. This tower's actually damaged. Wow. I guess the sieging has worked. Keep battering them. We're going to come down on the wall soon enough, and they're going to feel the wrath of Wessex, of King Alfred the Great's army, because I do have him here. Royal Champions, Elite Sword Infantry. Let's get in and have a look at some of this action going off. The settlement's on fire! No! Who's burning the settlement? Are we burning some settlements? Oh, I guess they are on that side. Typical Vikings. Here we go. We're in. So we got getting some spearmen. So this should actually kind of go really well. There we go. Let's get in. Charge! And we're jumping down and then swinging the double hand axe. I wish you could see some animations where they came down with like the axe over top of the head. That'd be really cool to see. But this kind of just like drop down and their axe disappears, as you can see there, which is a bit. It ruins it a bit. I wonder if they're going to actually take down, because what you can do is you can actually destroy the gate with just flames. But I don't know if they're going to do that. It looks like we've actually got in, so they've actually used my tower. You can see here. Moving a bit closer. Okay. We've destroyed the gates, so now I just need to take the main tower. So let's get down. I want to get off the tower, off the wall onto the main settlement. Yeah, so I don't mind sometimes skipping a lot of the battle. As you can see here, there is still quite a lot of the enemy army around, but they're just going to get absolutely obliterated by this overwhelming force. You see here, I think they're actually trying to take down the gate as well. Yeah, look. Battered it down. Yeah, taking a lot of damage for it. So the Northumbrian frames there are just being absolutely oiled on top of... Oh, God, that'd be horrible. But let them do all the work. There's no point me wasting my units to take the settlement when the AI could just do it for me. Although these spearmen are going to be quite tough to deal with unless we can come from behind. Are they going to flood in now? Oh, they are. Look at that. So even though there's these javelin guys on top, they're just floods of infantry units just coming in. They're going to take a lot of casualties though from that. Alright, so this shouldn't take too much longer now. Settlement's on fire, which is a... You know... Oh well. This is what happens when you let Vikings into a settlement. They might do a bit of pillaging. Oh, look at this. Is this an old Roman Colosseum? It is. That's kind of nice to see. It's a nice little touch. It's surprising they haven't actually... I mean, that's the thing. You come to some of these settlements, they've all been like... There's no stone buildings hardly anywhere. They're all just all wooden and thatch roofs and stuff. There's no actually stone buildings apart from like the walls of the settlement. So it's nice to see a kind of old Colosseum building. Alright, these guys should eventually just capitulate. And then we'll take the settlement. And there we go. All done. And that's Gwynedd now destroyed. Fantastic. We do have a lot of repairing to do, as you can see. I don't actually have the income to repair any of this. So this is going to be quite interesting. So we're going to have to wait this to repair on its own probably after a couple of turns. But the good thing is I can come down next turn and move up. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I said that worked out well in my favour. I lost about 100 units. Northumbria lost about 500, and also these guys from the Highborg lost about 300. So they did all the work, and I got the settlement. So that works in my favour, and that's one of the cool things about this. Sometimes is just let the neutral party do all the work for you, and you benefit in the long run. But we'll come into next turn. We'll see what happens in most cases of it all. Again, I know I'm going to have to go at war with Northumbria at some point. We're just going to have to see how it is, but my main focus is next is actually on the Highborg. But actually, one thing I want to check quickly is, are they partnered with anyone? Because, oh, they actually are a vassal of Northumbria, so this might get a bit more difficult. So which is pretty much the case now. We've got Gwent here, which has moved up and taken quite a lot of settlements. You have my units, as you can see, all my territory. Got a couple of you know, other factions around. We've got a massive faction of, is it Dyflin? Who's actually managed to settle on the southwest coast of Wales. And got a few settlements there. But I don't think I really have to deal with them, to be honest. They hate empires. But although they're pretty... I won't say they're an empire themselves, but they are quite a big kingdom. So they will hate me for being quite... Yeah, great power. So that they don't like the idea of me being quite big. Although saying that they are second on the terms of strength rating, which is a bit contradictory. All about the gold, and these guys are aggressive. So these won't hate me too much. But they don't like the idea I trespassed against them. And they don't like the idea I'm a great power. But we probably will have to deal with these guys. Because if I want to take this middle area, I'm going to have to deal with Northumbria by the looks of it. So this is going to be something I need to build up towards. But I just need to finish off the Nordsmen down here. As you can see, they've kind of moved in. So actually, can I get my vassals to attack him? There we go. I want to take the settlement off them if we can do.
Victory is not only achieved by the sword,
Oh.
by the building of a
Wow.
legacy. Under your benign rule, your people have
We've won. That's actually completely surprising. Wow. I was not expecting that.
Long will your name and accomplishments echo down the ages.
Okay, so we've actually we achieved the short fame victory by the looks of it. Well, it says there in the top. Oh wow! I'm not sure. I wasn't sure how in terms of the victories work out in most terms, especially the fame victory. I don't know how you go from a short one to a long-term one. Is this, if you're going to do certain stuff in a certain amount of time? I might need to have a look into that, to be honest. So I've just clicked the continue option. So it says here, short fame victory. Our kingdom is growing increasingly more famous with each passing year. The streets are full of singing bards and dancing peasants. The noble families are holding many a feast honouring us. If we continue on this path, we will be heralded as the greatest kingdom ever to grace. So I think what you can do is, the way the objective system works in this game, and I think if I can have a look at here, you get as this one here is, I haven't actually fully controlled the following provinces. There is one that I need to control some more, but you get them based on certain achievements. So at this one, I've got the short fame victory. I can get the long one eventually. So it's like you will hit this one first, and then I can hit the second one, and then ultimate's this one. So the idea is to, you'll hit so you go through stages with this one, and you can also get other ones like long king victory, fully control the following provinces either by direct ownership or through vassal, and the same with the short. So you get the short first, then you get the long, and the same with the short conquest victory and the long conquest. You'll always get the short first and then get the long. So you have to actually go through it. So I don't actually have to end the series there. I'm going to continue because I do want to get a long fame victory. I just want to see how far I can go. So sorry for the confusion there. I was just a bit confused myself how the objective system works in this game. So it says vassal eliminate Gwent. So, yeah. That's all confusing. It's always a bit an interesting one how to end and continue on that one. Pretty much how I'm going to continue. Although the FPS on this is a bit lagging at the moment. I'm not sure why. Come on, FPS, get back up here. There we go. It's lagging in the bottom corner there at 62 FPS. I'm thinking, hold on a minute here. It's not what I normally get. So what's the idea next? We've moved on to a turn. We've got our fame, which is fantastic. I don't know if that means that all the factions are going to hate me even more now. We want to get this guy to... I think, can we come in and land on this? We can almost soon. So we'll get this army back onto dry land. But we've got to wait. We've got to wait a turn to do that.